Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Blake. My pronouns are they and them. I am a peer mentor at the Grad Center, and I'm a student in the Master of Social Work program here at CSUN. Thank you for checking out these videos. This one will cover certificate programs and professional doctorates. Depending on where you are in your journey, you might not have a particular career or job in mind, and you're exploring what's out there, or you might have a career path and a job in mind, and you're trying to figure out what graduate degree will get you there. So we have two separate videos describing a few of your options, which are very broadly categorized here. And in this video, we're looking at the first two, professional doctorates and credentialing programs. Credential programs are not considered graduate degrees, but there are particular jobs and fields where certain ones are needed. One of the most common is working in public schools. So let me show you the credential office here at CSUN, which is linked on the Grad Studies website, but it's also, you can search for it here, credential office under the catalog. And then if you go over to the left side under credentials right here, you can see the list of all the credentials that CSUN offers. And when you're skimming through these, you'll see that a lot of them are mostly education and teacher oriented. So you have your single subject, multiple subject, got some SLP, some administration, language oriented ones. So if that is a career path that you're considering, you want to contact the credential office and see if they have any info sessions, ask them your questions. Let's go on to professional doctorates. Before I start, please note that everything here is US specific. Other countries have some different customs in the way that they describe these or name these. So professional doctorates are doctoral programs typically tied to a particular professional career track that you're specializing in that field for. So the category of professional doctorates is supposed to distinguish it from the research doctorate, which is typically like your PhD, which applies to numerous different fields. And a professional doctorate program can be a little bit shorter than the PhD. It typically doesn't include as much research or isn't research focused, and sometimes it can be a little bit harder to obtain funding for as well. So just a couple of examples on the screen here. We have some things you're familiar with, MD, Doctor of Medicine, JD is your lawyer, a PsyD is a psychologist. And let's give you an example of the field of psychology. So if you want to go the doctoral route for that, you can get a PhD in psychology, or you can get a PsyD, which is the professional doctorate. And the main difference between them is that the PsyD is more clinically focused and the PhD is more research focused. So you can see even within the field of psychology, there's a couple of different paths that you can take. So that's something you want to think about when you're thinking about your goals and where you want to end up and what kind of work you want to do in this program. Additionally, know that some fields like law and medicine do not usually have an undergrad degree that's specific to that. So for instance, if you're classified as pre-law or pre-med or pre-health, CSUN does have specific advisors for that. So there's a specific pre-law advisor office at CSUN, and that is hosted under the Department of Political Science, which is a really common undergrad major for pre-law folks who go on to get their JD. So the equivalent might be for pre-med, you see a lot of biology majors and things like that. The three circled here in red are the doctorate programs that CSUN offers. Let me show you that page again. So we're still on that credentials page. And if you go up here, you can click on doctorates and you will see the three that I just showed you, audiology, EDD, and physical therapy. So definitely if one of these is your interests, and other schools will have similar pages, but you want to read through everything, check out the description, there's admission requirements. At the bottom, you can see the courses. Definitely read through those, make sure those topics, at least some of them, sound interesting to you, that's something you want to invest in. And that's the kind of path you want to go down. Educational leadership, EDD, is kind of typically if you want to work in higher education or sometimes, secondary education in a leadership position, so administration, directors of departments. Check out the contact info. See if they have any info sessions that you can attend and get kind of a rundown. If they don't have one listed on their website, you can contact that graduate coordinator. That is what they're there for. They want to give you info. If they have an admissions coordinator, that will be a person who similarly wants to help you in that area. So gather all the information that you can. And no matter what program you're doing, those are just a couple of examples.